Here I am on the Gold Coast, and yes, I have moved to Brisbane. Only as convenience would have it, I left some stuff here and had to come back down today to pick it up. So I experienced the absolute blissful joy of driving a Jeep, which I have always wanted to drive. And I guess it's kind of, it's Billy having some fun. I guess it's kind of a bit funny, ironic, hilarious that I ended my 30-day, 30-night realignment journey, sitting in an empty room and having an absolute emotional meltdown, and here I am starting my new 30-day adventure. This one is an adventure. And I am sitting in my old place. It's completely empty. And it was really interesting. I arrived on the Gold Coast and I really felt like I was home. Being in this place, I can see that it is filled with my energy, and walking in, I feel like I'm at home. And Button and Billy's the same. She's here and she's in absolute bliss. She's running around and she's playing, and she hasn't been doing that with Button over the last 48 hours. And I do have my laptop sitting on my knees since there's no table in this place. And so if it's moving around a bit, I do apologise. It's on my knees. Otherwise I was going to have to sit way, lie on the ground. That wasn't going to happen. So when I started this, I didn't know it was going in 30-day slots, but I guess I can see that it kind of is going in 30-day slots. My next one, this one that I feel I'm starting today, is definitely a 30-day adventure. The realignment, the 30-day, 30-night realignment journey, that was a journey. That was me journeying through to me, I guess. This one feels a bit more like an adventure. I kind of feel like I'm going somewhere I've never been. I'm going to be experiencing things I've never experienced, and it's got, like, I guess in some ways a little bit of a twang of excitement is probably the best way I can put it. Yeah, it does. It has this little twang of excitement. I have a feeling I know it's all around receiving. One of the things I've been doing is having a look around and going, okay, what do I have and what don't I have? And well, in all honesty, I have pretty much everything I want, with exception to two things. And those two things are love and money. They're the two things that I struggle with the most, I resist the most, I push away the most. And yeah, I guess I'm kind of hoping that I come into alignment with love and money, and understanding what I need to do to receive it. Understanding where love and money fit and feel with me. The other thing I got on the drive down here was really clear of shifting where I'm operating from. So you have the right and the left hemispheres of the brain, and also the right and left hemispheres of existence, and I've been very strongly holding on to the left, very strongly holding on to the left. And I can see that by holding on to the left, it's really holding me in a really strong, hard, solid place. So on the way down here, as I was driving, I kept hearing, let the left soften and expand the right. Let the left soften and expand the right. And that's essentially what I feel like I've been doing on the way down here, is letting the left side soften and letting the right side expand. And I'm feeling things shifting. I'm kind of feeling like over the next 30 days, things are going to shift in the way I communicate, and the way I operate, and the way I feel about what's happening around me. I have a feeling the main one is going to be around how I communicate. And my communication is very left brain, and it's very concentrated, and it's very thought out, and I have a feeling that's all going to shift. So, and I think that's kind of it. This is the first day. It's 14th of December. I started the last one on the 14th of November. I'm not sure why the 14th seems to be such a strong day. Only it is. So I started the last one on the 14th of November. This one I'm starting on the 14th of November. It's another 30 days. It's absolutely going to be an adventure, and it is all around me learning, understanding, and receiving love and money. So enjoy the videos and let's see what kind of ride comes through over the next 30 days, because the last 30 has certainly been a ride, and I'm sure the next 30 will be equally as incredible. This is an add-on to my last video, the first video of my receiving adventure. What I realised as I was going through and rendering the video and checking the audio was, as I was driving down, I was thinking about love and thinking about money, and I was realising, I guess, what's the best way I can put it? How hard it is for me to receive that energy. I receive so much in so many ways. I receive healing, I receive amazing people coming into my life to help me with expansion. I receive ways of living that I could not have imagined were possible. I receive food, I don't know, I receive everything I've ever asked for. In any way, I've received it, and I'm receiving it more and more and more now. Realizing that what I wanted to receive from being here to being in Brisbane was, what I actually wanted was the energy, the fear of where I was going to be removed. And it has been. It has been removed. I didn't have any other kind of asking other than that, so I can see how the situation I'm now in has answered that asking. It has given me the place where I don't need to worry about where I'm going at the moment. And, I realised that I can ask for money and ask for money and ask for money and ask for money, and yes, it comes. Only what's the best way I can put it? It comes with a price. For me to receive the cash that I received to move, I had to sell some of the things that I had, which was fine. I wanted to sell them anyway. Only I'm realising that all the money that I think I've ever received has always come with a price. Be it in a job, the price is I have to work for it, and I have to work long hours or not very much. The other one is if I borrow, if it's lent to me, then the price is that I have to pay it back. The other one is if I receive it from, let's say I receive it from the government in the form of the dole or whatever you want to call it, there's still a price to pay. I have to be responsible to the government, and they basically own me while they pay me that money. So what I'm realizing now, literally getting this information as I'm sitting here, is that every relationship I've had, and I'm not sure why I use the word relationship, but let's go with it. Every relationship that I've had every relationship that I've had to do with love and money has always come at a cost. It's always been conditional. Every relationship that I've ever had, be it with partners, sisters, aunts, uncles, teachers, friends, parents, doesn't matter. Every relationship I've ever had has come with a price. I've always had to be and act a certain way to receive what is deemed as their love. And with money, that's also come at a price. I've always had to be giving something to receive in return. And here's the thing I got the other day, really so clearly, and the more I've spoken about it, the clearer it becomes, is that my giving and receiving isn't blended, it's separated. I'm not 100% sure whether that's a good thing or whether it's not, whether that's how it's meant to be, whether it's not how it's meant to be. That's how it is right now. My giving and receiving is separated. So I give with one hand and I have the energy flowing out and I'm giving and giving and giving. And then I'm receiving with another hand and I have that energy flowing in and I'm receiving and receiving and receiving. But my giving and receiving isn't equally balanced. And I'm also seeing how that links to why I'm not receiving money, because most of the energy, most of the beliefs are around you receive money for a service. Be it most of the time it's in time or knowledge or whatever it is. But the general story around receiving money is that you give a service to receive. And I don't give a service as such, so I can understand that if I have that belief, then it makes sense to me why I'm not really receiving. So I get that that's something I'm going to be unfolding and unraveling over the next 30 days is understanding how I'm meant to receive. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do to receive money for me? And also with love, I guess it's kind of the same. You know, love has always been a conditional experience for me. If I don't act a certain way and behave a certain way and do certain things for the people that I'm around, they don't love me. You know, they don't love me, they don't like me, they judge me, they criticize me, and I believe, and I quite like this belief, that when you unconditionally love someone, you accept them for everything that they are. Everything that they are, you accept them. And I find that if my dad, a really common statement from my dad was, I'm only doing this because I love you. And then I'd see that statement and I'd see the action that he just took and I'd look at it and go, really? This is what love is? Really? This is how it feels? You're standing there telling me, you know, things like, I'll never meet a good man unless I meet him in the church. You're telling me this and then you're finishing that with, I'm only telling you this because I love you. Or if I've left another job and I don't know what I'm doing, then he would tell me how wrong I am and he would tell me how bad I am and he would tell me how I need to be in work and how I need to be in a job, and then he would finalize all of that crap with, I'm only telling you this because I love you. And I get so strongly why I'm not in alignment with receiving love, your unconditional love, not even unconditional love, because, you know, it's a better way I can put it is infinite love, infinite sources of love. There's a reason I'm not aligned with receiving it, because I'm still playing the, you know, I guess what everyone's calling the 4D game. You're playing the 4D game around love and playing the 4D game around money. And here's the thing, everyone's talking about, you know, how we're all moving from 3D into 4D. And I read an article the other day, someone was talking about, you know, once we move through the 4D, we'll then transition into the 5D and then the 6D. And I'm looking at that thinking, oh, that's so limited. So limited. For me, it's not necessarily limited for them. This is not about them, this is about me. And this is what I'm seeing. And I feel there's such a strong limitation in that experience. For me, where I see myself going is through beyond all of that, beyond all the dimensions that our left hemisphere has created. There is no 4D, 5D, 6D, 2D, 3D. It's all a label. It's this illusion. It's this game. It's this story. It's this experience. It's this creation that we've created as humans to try and understand and try and explain what isn't explainable. And here's what I'm learning so quickly through having lots of different conversations, and the main ones are with Rob, that this experience of where we're expanding to, it doesn't come with words. It's not a word. It's a feeling. It's a sound. It's an experience. It's It's everything. It's absolutely everything. Every single word that has ever been created is in this space. It is everything in every way. And I see so many people staying in the limitations of creating these stories about fifth dimensions and sixth dimensions, and I look at that and think, there are no dimensions. They don't exist. The only reason they're here is because we think there are. But what if there are no dimensions? What if those dimensions don't actually exist and it is more than multi-dimensional? You know, as I'm sitting here and I'm recording this, and this is me going so far into my right hemisphere, it's insane for me. As I'm sitting here recording this, I know that it is almost like there are six realities at the moment that are all running at exactly the same time. And at any time, in any moment, I can jump between the realities. I can go to the extreme reality where I am in this depressed, down, sabotaged, monsoonal place, or I can go to the other end of the energy and the vibration and be in this reality where I'm completely expansive and completely open and completely clear and completely aligned, and where I am flowing in every way. And then I am here, and sometimes I kind of feel like I'm in the middle, and sometimes I go one extreme and the other time I go the other extreme, but on the whole at the moment I'm really vacillating in the middle. And I see this and I think, okay, I want to find, I want to get, I want to create, I want to align with that reality where I am extraordinarily expanded, extremely expanded. There's infinitely expanded is probably the biggest word that I can describe what this energy is, where this energy sits. It's infinitely expanded. And I get that for me to start receiving love and for me to start receiving money, I personally have to stop playing this 3D, 4D, 5D human game and allow myself to expand beyond all of that. There's this expansive creative space that is beyond all of the dimensions that we even believe is possible to existence. And it's so expansive that our human brain can think of how expansive it is, and you would still times it by a zillion, billion, trillion energy particles to find this space of expansion. It is massively huge. You think of infinity, and then what you have to realize is that expansion, when you think infinite expansion, well, that infinite expansion is an infinite expansion, and that infinite expansion is an infinite expansion, and that infinite expansion is an infinite expansion. And this is the thing. All these 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, they're all capped. They're all this is what I'm seeing. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying anyone else is wrong. This is what I'm seeing. Is that they're all capped energies, and this space that we're moving into is infinitely infinite. And it's understanding that it's allowing our bodies, it's allowing our brains to transition, because it doesn't matter how much you try and get rid of it, your ego is part of you. And it is allowing your brain to have the ability to expand with the awareness, the understanding and the knowledge that this space that we're moving into is infinitely infinite. It keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, and that can be really, really scary, and that can create huge amounts of resistance, and I get why. It is really scary for me, and this for me is part of the love and money. It's realizing that for me to receive, for me personally, I'm not saying it's for everybody else, this is for me personally, to receive love and money, I have to be willing to go into that infinite space. That's where I'm heading. That's where I feel this next 30-day adventure is going. I guess that's why it's an adventure. It's exciting. It's, you know, what's on the other side? What am I going to be? Who am I going to be? How am I going to be? In 30 days' time, how is everything around me going to have changed? If I'm willing to go into this infinite space, how is everything around me going to be different? I mean, look at what I've achieved in the last 30 days. And that was simply being willing to evolve and expand even a little bit. I was so willing to evolve and expand a little bit, and look at the changes. And now I'm sitting here going, okay, you know what? I'm willing to go into that infinite space. I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to feel it. I'm willing to experience it. I'm willing to be it. And I'm sitting here right now going, holy shit, what the fuck does that mean? And it is, oh my God, it's an adventure. And it's an adventure for me because there's an element of excitement to it, and it's an adventure. And it's really cool. And my, you know, there's a part of my little girl that's going, oh my God, we're going on an adventure, cool, yay. And then there's this other part of me that's going, oh my God, we're going on an adventure, okay. So that's where I'm heading.